If you like the Fate series, Shonen tournament arcs, a kick-ass roster of characters, actual good character development like Eren from Attack on Titan for example, and well, anime bitches, this anime is going to be your magnum opus. Honestly, I'm disappointed in myself for not making a video sooner to get the word out about this series, but Record of Ragnarok is finally getting an anime adaptation, which is fucking amazing, and let me explain to you why. Every 1,000 years, the gods above decide the fate of humanity, of course. During this year's meeting, they decide, you know what, fuck humanity, all they do is ruin shit. It's time for them to end the world, which sounds like every politician's agenda at this point. But hold up, of course our main protagonist of the story steps up and says, oh hell no, and decides to stand up for humanity and prove it's worth saving. The only way for humanity to survive is to have up to 13 one-on-ones labeled as Ragnaroks. The best 13 gods versus the 13 strongest humans of mankind. Now, let me give you some time to think about the strongest warriors of all time. Alright. Well, here's the list. It throws you off, huh? When I first read Nikola Tesla in Atom, it made me think, how the hell are these people gonna throw hands with some gods that have this amazing power? Well, let me tell you, the fights in this anime are going to be immaculate, and more than just bashing each other's skulls in, it's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of mind play, a lot of, crazy stuff going on, just not fighting. Physically, it's going to be a mental game as well. Like, I really don't want to spoil much, but I just imagine how Nikola Tesla would fight against someone like Thor. They don't fight each other, but still, think about that. How is Nikola Tesla going to stand up to Thor? Also, a huge thing as well is that when a person gets defeated in battle, you're going to get sent to the Shadow Realm, which pretty much your soul is lost forever, and this is just a really pretty risky gig for any god or human being, because as of now, a lot of human beings are in this heaven kind of atmosphere, and so whenever they get called down to fight for humanity, it's like, oh shit, it's either I live to see another day, or I die and I'm lost forever. I feel like that's where this manga and eventually anime honestly tugs at our heartstrings as humans, and makes you, start to feel a lot more empathetic for the main characters, and hope that humanity will live to see another day. Also, the manga panels are absolutely beautiful and will completely throw you off. Now, I know sometimes manga does not correlate that good in anime adaptations, but let's just assume that this animation is going to be the cream of the crop. Honestly, animation doesn't have to be everything as well, but there's so much more to love about the show when it has amazing animation. Imagine it in Jujutsu Kaisen style. And one thing this manga has done right so far is getting the personalization down of each character. I think this will definitely blow up the show. By the way, this is going to be spoilers for the first few chapters, but I'm going to give you a little taste of what the series is about. For example, the first fight in the series, our first human hero is Labu, a man known for being a ruthless warrior and always craving an intense one-on-one battle, full of passion and desire to overcome the other. Since he was young, he was always a ruthless killer and never felt the enjoyment of life, but that isn't until he faces off the god of this match, Thor. Now, in the manga, Thor is not like MCU Thor. I know a lot of people associate with that because it's kind of one of the most popularized Thor characters. He's a bit more passive, quiet, and only kills when he thinks it's right. Thor never really had anyone to challenge him all his life, and it isn't until his fight with Labu they finally get to have that fated battle that each other spent their whole life looking for. A fight full of passion, desire, and the mere strength of trying to overcome the other. This fight alone, the two backstories coming together, finally finding their life's purpose, is not the most beautiful part about this fight. The most beautiful part is Labu's troops. Labu kind of created his own army and took over a lot of land when he was alive. So of course his troops are going to praise Labu like a god, because of how powerful he was and how much he protected his troops and cared for them. Also, Labu's troops are in the stands in the human section and is consistently praising him and being like, oh yeah, this is my best friend. Best friend, show him your moves. And then Labu's like, oh yeah, get it I guess. And he's like, Dougie, hype me up. Yes, I'm playing Danganron, can you tell right now? And it's pretty cool because it shows a part of humanity inside everyone that you want to, we root for the underdog, we root for our best friends, our family. And sometimes if they don't win, it's better dying with them instead of living on your own. I mean, that's the pain and guilt we face, and it's kind of the price we give for, finding love. It definitely tugs at the heartstrings because we always want someone like an underdog to win, because in this whole fight, Labu is the underdog, because a human is not going to destroy a god. But that's when the fight gets really interesting, and I do not want to spoil anything, so when this anime actually comes out, you will check it out, or check out the manga, of course. Okay, and this part right here is probably what's gonna blow up this anime in my opinion. I would assume this is probably amazing writing, but I'm not a film major. But the background stories, the motives behind characters are always different and unique to their character. You're never going to get bored of each fight because they're always different. For example, this is like spoilers for the first, I think, like 10 chapters. You could probably read it in like an hour or 30 minutes, so this fight is probably gonna get you to read it anyways. So just listen, just bear with me. I don't really want to go super in depth, but I already mentioned him before. There is a battle between Zeus and Adam. It's one of my favorite fights in manga recently, and I've just genuinely enjoyed it. I read it probably about 3 times in the making of this video. In this fight, it's a battle between humanity's father, of course, Adam, versus the old frail Zeus. But one thing Adam has over the gods is his ability to be able to copy someone's moves, kind of like a Sharingan from Naruto. His humanity and purpose to live really shines in this fight. At the beginning of it, he's just like, I don't give a fuck character, and then eventually he realizes he is fighting for his sons, his daughters, his wife, because he was essentially the first human ever made in anime. His character arc in the first few chapters we see him in always had me on the edge of my seat. I don't want to spoil too much of this fight, but I just know if you watch the series, you're going to love the shit out of it. Also, there's going to be a video about a guy that like did an analysis of the Adam fight. If you want to check that out, I'm going to pop it up on the screen right now. I just don't remember his name, but it's a really good video. I remember watching it when I first read Record of Ragnarok. So if you like this fight and end up watching the series, check this video out after you finish that fight. Each individual human and god has something so unique to their character, and every person has some sort of depth to their character. Honestly, the art style in the series alone is really pleasing, and the twists they give certain characters are different and will make them your favorite god or human. For example, when you think of Zeus, you might make up this image in your head of this big, strong, powerful god because that's what modern media puts out to us all the time. But in Record of Ragnarok, he is a frail old man because he has been around for probably 1 billion years. We don't really get to see his ultimate form until he is forced to buckle down and pop out so he doesn't end up getting killed. This series will be amazing, and I hope you really check out this manga, and when this anime comes out in December, you really decide to watch it. There's a lot of fan translations of the manga at the moment, but I promise you, you won't be regretting it. Try it out. My name's ImHitch. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys really enjoyed this video, and if you're excited for the series, drop that sub button. Click that sub button. I'm trying to reach 1,000 by the end of 2021. It's my goal to go full-time YouTube eventually, but that's enough ranting about myself. I really hope you guys have a great day and enjoy the series in the long run.